Yes. Hi, everyone listening to me once again today. I greet you all. Today we will be discussing some parameters of that we use to design CCTV cameras. You must have noticed several times why I'm making presentations. I always talk about the software we use to design our cameras that gives us everything we needed in order to bring out the features we need in the camera. As we have been discussing earlier, all cameras are not born or created equal. There are cameras that needs for specific areas. So today we will just discuss little more about these designs, the parameters of this design, and what exactly are we talking about when we say CCTV designing tools or software. Okay. In some instances, or you might have come across where people buy a camera and they fix it. Sometimes it will work, it will see person, but you may not be able to actually identify or know who to be precise that you are seeing in the camera. The camera might not be clear enough that you can be able to identify who is this person. And in a place whereby you have multiple people or individuals, can that camera be able to get everybody moving in that picture or moving in that particular sense? So sometimes you need more pixels to be able to capture more image, more clearer image, right? So our presentation today will just center on us being able to know the camera zones, right? So I will be discussing these camera zones and discussing these camera zones and what are the percentage and the levels that all these parameters need to be set while you are going out for a project, right? So there are so many things you have to consider before you can be able to get a proper approved and industry standard CCTV camera for any type of project. So every project need to go under this stage of designing. It's not enough to just look at a building, a project, and say camera should be here, camera should be here, this one should be here facing here, this one should be here facing here. Is very, very wrong. You don't do that, because all you have just done is you just get a camera and you insert or you install. You say, okay, this one is here, you should be monitoring here, this one is here, it should face here, this one should face here, this one should face here, this one should face here. That is not how this is being done. So if you have been doing that for a long time, I think it is high time you stop it. Or if you are listening to me now on what I'm going to bring about on this presentation, you should be able to know why it is not just enough for you to just go to a project site and start to say camera should be here, camera should be here, it should be here facing here, should be here facing there, this one should be inside. No, there are things that you must consider first before you be able to know which camera goes where it should be and why it should be there. You have to consider the height of the installation, the height of installation. You have to consider the distance from the camera to the object you are about to capture. And you have to consider the height of the target, right? The target height, you have to consider that. You consider the lens you have to use. You have to consider if that camera purpose, is it there for monitoring purpose? and there is parameter to set if it is for monitoring purpose. If it is there for detection, there is a parameter to set if you are making it for a detection. And it is there, say, for observation. There are things to set to make it to be on observation mode. There are things also, if you are trying to recognize people, right? There are things to set. I will show you all this. And if you want to identify who or what is that, there is level as well to set your camera at. And if you want a super or strong identification, there is still a level you can set all this. And as well, you have to consider the lighting. You have to consider the lighting, the neutral density. You have to consider so many things before you come down to a specific camera for a specific project, for a specific place, right? So let me not say much, so let's just quickly dab into what we are about to discuss today. So here now on the screen, you can see what is called monitoring zone. So on this monitoring zone, what is it there for? The camera is just there for monitoring purposes. Yeah, to monitor the crowd or do crowd control. You have to have 12 pesos per meter or 12 pesos per foot, and that will put your camera at a monitoring zone. So, and also there are some other things to make mention of here. You can choose your manufacturer type of the camera, the model, the installation height, you can see it there, the sensor format, yeah, the aspect ratio, then the focal length, yeah, the camera tail, then the resolution, right, the horizontal and the vertical of the camera. Then come to the right hand side of it, you will see here field of view, that's the distance from the camera, the height of the targeted object, the width, the height of lower boundary. So all these things are some things you must consider before you think of venturing into a camera or CCTV design. Okay, so in the first image you have just seen now, it is on a monitoring zone, which we have 12 ppm and 4 ppf, and that is the last stage of a camera. So within a camera, there are up to 5 to 6 zones or 6 monitoring levels. So within a camera, there are up to 6 zones in every camera, depending. Some cameras don't have the capacity. That is why different projects requires you to insert or install different cameras. That does not mean one camera cannot cover or do something, because when you consider the height of the place, the height, the width, the distance, the resolution needed, the kind of level you want to set your camera, then you should be able to know which camera can be able to work there. So now what you are looking at now is a monitoring zone, and from monitoring zone, which is the very last one from the number 6, then you will come forward a little bit. You now have another one that is called detection zone. So your camera will first of all monitor. When it is monitoring, your camera will first of all monitor. From monitoring, what is next? Your camera will detect. So from your camera will detect after monitoring. From monitoring, it will detect. So now, if you are setting your camera to work as on a detection zone, so you have to have 25 ppm, right? Or you have 8 ppf. That's pixel per meter or pixel per foot. And this is to detect a presence of a person. So in some situation, our cameras are being said that once something comes around and they detect it, it will let us know that they have detected something. So in such a situation whereby your camera is just its work is just to detect, you put it at a detection zone, right? So from detection zone, we have next observation, right? So the next in the list, that is the third one from the last, is observation level or observation zone. And this, some characteristic detail can be seen. You are setting this at 62 pixels per meter or 19 pixels per meter. Okay? So that is the third level of your CCTV design, your level of camera setting during your design. So on the fourth one is what we call recognition zone. So you can see, if I should go back, when you look at this picture, you can see different colors that differentiate. Okay, let me go back to number one, right? You can see now here in the monitoring zone, we are on a blue. The camera is on a blue zone. You can see the blue zone, and that is monitoring zone. Then the next one, that is detection, it now got to blue to green zone, right? The next one, that is observation, goes to darker green zone. Okay, then the next one should now be on the yellow one, and next one should now be on the purple, and they have their different name. So as I said before, on this one, that is observation zone, we have 62 pixels per meter and 19 pixels per foot. So and let's quickly go to the next one, that is recognition. You can see that is 125 pixels per meter or 38 pixels per foot. So when your camera is on this zone, if your camera is on this zone, that means your camera is there for recognition. It will recognize. So it has passed the level of monitoring, passed the level of detection, passed the level of observation. It's now level of recognition. At this point, your camera should be able to say, this is a human being, or this is an object, or this is an animal, depending what it is there for. So in that aspect, right, we will move on to the next one, that is called identification zone. Identify a person beyond reasonable doubt. So on this level of identification, there is no way you cannot say this is this person, this is this person, because their face will be clearly seen. You will know exactly who is the person. So this is some things when people just say camera should be here facing here, camera should be here facing here, it should be there facing here. All this is not necessary, because if you don't use the right parameters in your camera designs, there is no way you can be able to get clearer image of who is that person, and you have to follow some procedures before you can be able to get all these things right. Okay, so we now go to the next one, and this one goes with 250 pixels per meter and 776 pixels per foot. So, and the next one, which is called strong identification. It is not all camera that can have this. Not all camera that can have this. So when you hear of strong identification, it goes with 1,000 pixels per meter or 303 pixels per foot. Okay, it is not just all camera you will find or see this feature within it. So these cameras are rare. They can be all this modern camera that is coming out now, but it is good you know exactly the kind of camera you are using for every project. So the essence of doing this video today is for us to know there are levels one must consider. There are level of zones or levels one must consider during your camera design. So it is not just enough to just come out and say, yes, I have a project, one camera should be facing here, the other one should be facing here, the other one should be facing here. Generally, you have 6 or 8 or 16 or 32, but you have not specified this camera to do their correct job, the things they are meant to do. Because when you place a camera with the right parameters and the reason they are created, you will see, you will get value for the money you spent. So this is the reason why it is good to engage experts in this industry who know or who have learned the way these things are being done. So I will advise us today, anytime you want to install camera or get camera installed for you, make sure you have the design. And having design on something, stuff like this software is not just enough, because when you look under this software should be able to give you all you need, like field of view, it will tell you the numbers, then height, field of view height, you will see the height, you see it, the tilt, the focal length, it will give you the focal length, aspect ratio, it will give you the resolution needed, the zone visibility, you will see it there, the pixel of the target, you will see it there. So in some drawing I have come across, all I see is just how to install it. I haven't seen where all these parameters are being written out and being written out for you to be able to know the kind of camera needed and the specific camera needed for a specific location or place in a building or an apartment. So I am calling on you today, when next time you want to install a camera, get an advice from people who know the market, who you can trust, that can do the job very well. Thank you very much for listening to this video. I remain Ezenwa Chukwemeka Anazodo from Executive Intelligence Securities and as well from EIS Technologies Academy. So if you want to train with us, you are free to look up to our website and see our upcoming courses on CCTV installation and maintenance and access control and many more. You will enjoy it. So look up for the ones you like, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.